This is a Headgum podcast.
Yeah, I mean, 12 is a toughie.
Yeah.
That's a tough age.
Yeah.
Because of the hormones and whatnot.
He's like, I'm aware.
Yeah.
I'm aware.
You're aware.
Yeah.
How long have you been in their lives?
They were 6.
Oh.
So it was almost exactly 6 years.
You're the other guy.
I'm the other guy.
How do you feel? Like, do you feel like I'm doing a good job?
Sometimes. Yeah.
That's how I feel about
Sometimes.
being a mother.
I
Same.
feel like I sort of try to meet them where
With-
I am.
Hey, Jessi
Hi,
Klein.
Liz Feldman.
What a joy it is to see you on this day.
And you know, I love Jessi Kleining around with you here on the pod.
You know, sometimes I just need to get in my Liz Feldman pants,
Pull on one little Liz Feldman leg at a time.
one leg at a time, and then hop on over to the stewed
To the stew, sit on the cow.
and get to be with my friend.
What is this?
I don't know what we're doing.
Can I just say,
Yeah.
you know I love to start with like an objectification
Yeah, you
that
do.
I always apologize
Yeah. No,
for.
please.
I
Make
love
me
your
feel-
blush today.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You just look very feminine and gorgeous in honor of
Excuse
Pride.
me. Well, you know that I've been toying around with wearing a lipstick, which I'm like, you know, I did mention that before to you. So, you know, back in my 20s, I did wear a lipstick. And like a red, like I'd wear a red lipstick.
red.
I know. And then I
What
was
are we
a little
talking?
bit
Like a Revlon toast of the town?
sure.
Like no.
I don't know.
She's
by
still a
name.
lesbian.
I'm
She's like,
still-
I don't know, it's lipstick.
No, I am definitely still a big old DYK.
like a red, like a-
yeah, like a red, like a pop.
Like a Taylor
Yeah.
Swift.
But I don't know. Then I went away from being like a more of a lipstick lesbian to more of a
Blush lesbian.
like a blush lesbian,
And also
yeah.
an eye pop lesbian.
Oh yeah, I mean I wear makeup. It's
But not just wearing makeup. Again, I don't know what's in the ether today.
I don't
but
know.
I just think you look stunning.
okay.
I do.
So I guess this is where it all turns, and Jessi starts to realize that she's in love with me.
I realize, again, talk about the long con
Long
of the pod.
con. But thank you so much. I will say this is the blush I wear every time you see
It's
me.
still Nars orgasm.
It's Nars orgasm for life,
Always.
baby.
Okay.
Yes.
And you got to say it on the pod because maybe a little box will arrive at your door. Special gift from
Yeah.
good people, our good friends at Nars.
Hey, I don't know if you're like me, but if you like to put an orgasm on your cheeks, try NARS orgasm for your cheeks.
That's a first draft.
Yeah, okay, I'll work on it.
First draft
I'll
for
work
the
on it.
copywriter.
I feel like we need to share about
What we did.
what we did because we've crossed
last week.
We've crossed a new threshold of
A
friendship.
Rubicon.
There's a gauntlet that's been thrown, a friendship gauntlet.
A friendship gauntlet. And it also, well, okay. So, where to begin? I have recently, and we've referenced it on the pod
Yes.
here and there, I
Yes.
have recently made some new friends.
She's made 2 new friends.
I've made 2 new good friends.
and I'm going to be honest. I'm jealous. I've been jealous. Like she'll say their name, and it's like I get like a twin.
I have to jump in.
Okay,
Is that
Please.
okay?
Yeah.
It's me, Andrew Rannells. Where did you meet these people?
Thank you.
Because that's tricky.
Thank you.
It's very
And it's
tricky.
threatening.
Thank you.
I
I feel
met
seen
them
and
both.
I feel heard.
I mean, I don't love it when my friends make more friends.
Thank you.
Hey, save it for the pod.
Sorry.
No, wait, he's on the
wait,
pod.
No,
we're on the pod.
he's
We're actually
right here
doing
on the
pod is
pod. I
happening.
met them at school.
Oh, boy.
Their school parents, and they just were standouts as
Yeah.
far as I'm concerned.
And
in a
that's
world where,
fine.
I mean,
Yes.
you're looking for those cool parents.
You're always looking for
So you
the
got
cool
to jump
parents.
on that.
you have got to jump,
gotta
Yeah,
jump on
no,
it.
yeah.
jump on it.
You actually jump them.
As hip hop
Have you
famously.
done social things without the children?
Oh yes.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, Andrew.
Ideally,
Like
more times than not.
like dinners,
Yes.
Hey, Andrew?
activities.
Yes.
Sorry.
Oh my God! Wow.
Oh no.
Yeah, I'm getting
no.
jealous
Oh, because he's triggering.
He's triggering me.
Well, just to quickly say,
Yes.
because no one needs to be triggered here.
Yeah.
But everyone will be. I have wanted you to meet the new friends.
She's wanted me to meet the new friends.
Sure she
Although, as we will talk about, mixing friends can be a very fraught experience. Now, one of the friends that I was out with a
Yes.
few months ago, I'll just say what the thing was because I also did want to talk about it a little bit.
Okay.
One of the friends, we were having a drunky night. She, you, and I are all from New York City.
That's right.
All have dads that we love very much, but who loom very large in terms of a certain kind of dad.
What dad doesn't?
A certain kind of dad that I feel like a lot of high achieving, perfectionist, like A student girls have. Anyway, long story short, and don't even worry about it, but if it's something you want to try at home, write to me and I'll tell you what we did. We were like, what if we did a dad night?
Dad night.
A dad night where we process our dads together. Andrew, what's your face?
I like his face.
What?
I was thinking like, did you go to Mozart? Like, I wasn't thinking like we're gonna do group therapy with the new people.
It was
group therapy.
It was group therapy.
Wow.
So not only did she
But
dare,
also keep in mind, there was alcohol.
Sure.
There were tacos.
Okay.
There were
So it was
margaritas.
mostly a dinner.
it was
Mostly
a dinner.
but then it did move from the dining room into
The living room.
Were you sitting on the floor?
No, in fact, thank you for asking. We were sitting
The
on.
level of fear and disdain. Were you sitting on the floor?
I love
You were
the
like,
judgment.
Was anyone holding a feather?
Yeah. Were you like passing around a talking stick?
I mean, basically.
Oh, brother.
There was no talking stick.
No. But what I'll say is, not only did you
I'm
dare.
going to scream.
Let me finish. Not only did you dare to
Happy Pride.
commingle your friends.
I commingled.
She commingled two very separate,
Yes,
groups.
sounds
And I'm
like.
I'm my own group, I sort of feel like. But she's commingled me.
You are your own wife.
Thank you. With these two gals from her kids' school.
No, and they're not particularly close, but they do know each other.
They know each other. Okay.
Again, because different grades.
So she's really commingling
Yeah, a
all
lot
different
of
sorts of
things.
people
Yeah,
together.
the dad night is just the background to the
Yes,
evening. And
yes.
I am scared that, again, Andrew's face is sort of collapsing in on itself with the level of...
It kind of sounds like you're starting like a cult.
Thank you.
Well, I think you also have to remember that I would say that vibe...
That's what a cult leader would say.
You know, I think... Look,
Just saying.
if you would just drink the drink I've provided for you,
Oh.
and don't pay attention to the color, but I think a lot of women's gatherings are woo-woo.
Okay.
In a way that I would say that, and I'm sorry to generalize, especially during Pride,
Jesse.
but
Are you about to
I like
lose
you're
your
like,
allyship?
Your phone's ringing. Oh, you're canceled.
Yeah.
No, I was just gonna say, I don't think that men's hangs lean that way in a way that women's hangs. I feel like.
Well, first of all, you're generalizing women's hangs. You're generalizing women's hangs because you're talking about your kind of hangs.
you and I have had multiple woo-woo hangs,
But you're the common denominator in those hangs.
you're going to pretend like you haven't initiated a woo-woo hang.
I'm not
in your
trying
life?
to say I haven't initiated a woo-woo hang, but when I hang with other gal pals, we're not processing our childhoods as much.
Can I? I'm feeling attacked, and I would just like to say that someone in that ring of women led the shake it out at the end.
I did lead a shake it out.
Like to the song?
I'm worried. I'm really worried Andrew's gonna leave. I'm really worried
Is it
Andrew
like
is
a
on
dance
the brink of.
You know what it is. You know the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Okay.
That shakeout,
Okay.
like
Do
an
you know
improv.
that shakeout?
I think I do. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you do your left.
Yes.
We did that, and I'm not sure why we did that.
Because you wanted to.
Oh, wow.
I like that you and your publicist are exchanging like pitching signals right now. It's like she's like, throw a slider and we're out.
Let's, cross your left
By the way,
leg.
Andrew Rannells,
You.
first guest to show up with a publicist.
Well, he's like our first real guest.
I mean, that's
Am I
true.
no.
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 I guess our
No.
first one you didn't feel safe.
Yeah.
Well, I did want to make sure that there was an exit strategy.
No, sure.
You know, don't
I
go
mean,
to the
Lisa
second
Kudrow
location.
came alone.
Right,
you know?
right.
Allie Brie came alone.
So let's talk about your dad.
Nick Kroll came alone. No, wait, this was the point. We weren't going to talk about dads. The point was.
We can talk about my dad.
The point. I've read about your dad. The point was talking about like how it feels to commingle
Yes.
friends for the first time and how nerve-wracking that
It
can
is.
be. And I will say, before I did this, because I was so excited for what I thought was a cool theme, I'm generally not someone who wants to mix a group of friends. I feel
Same.
very anxious about it.
How do you feel
Same.
about it now?
At
After this?
post dad night, I feel like it went pretty well.
It did go-
or I did
Oh.
until right now.
Well, if it went well.
No, it went well. It went well. It's just I'm having an enjoyable time
Making
ribbing
fun.
you
Okay.
for inviting three people who don't know that each other that well, and then we like went right into like really deep shit, which by the way, I'd prefer to get into deep shit than talk about surface shit. That's how you actually make friends. It's hard to like make a real friend when you're just talking about like the weather and earthquakes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What do you know?
Well, we'll talk about it later.
Sounds like the earthquake thing's a bit of a warning.
Today's friend is a Grammy-winning actor and singer who has received 2 Tony nominations. His first for originating the role of Elder Kevin Price in the Book of Mormon.
Incredible.
Classic. As well as for his role as Whizzer in Falsettos.
Stunning.
He also starred in Broadway shows like Hamilton.
Heard of it.
Hedwig and the Angry Itch.
Love.
Amazing. And Gutenberg, the musical. Shout out to Anthony King. He produced and starred in Black Monday and played Matthew on Big Mouth. You can see him in the new movie, I Don't Understand You. Andrew Rannells.
Hi.
You're here to make friends.
I am.
Yes.
I'm here to make friends and to learn about making friends.
That's right.
Learn
That's
about
right.
making friends and to even demonstrate how to make friends.
Yeah, perhaps judge the way that other people make friends.
Yeah, it seems like there might be
Or at least be curious.
a scooch of that.
Just curious.
Well, let's ask you this,
boy.
since we were just talking about.
Dad night?
Look, we can. I will just. No, I want to move on to this.
Okay.
How do you feel? It does feel like introducing different groups of friends who don't know each other is, for some people, very fraught. Other people do it very naturally. Where do you stand on this hot topic?
It is tricky.
Yeah.
It is tricky because especially if you're friends with different people from different aspects of your life.
Which you definitely are.
Yes.
Like if you're friends, like these are friends from work and then these are friends from college or these are friends like
Right.
These are friends from Dad Night.
Yes, dad night friends, and especially like acting friends. Like
Yes.
actors in a pack are hard to handle. So if you all of a sudden introduce them to like a lawyer friend,
Yeah.
they're like, what's this nonsense?
And you're hanging out with a lot of lawyers.
like one. I have one lawyer friend.
Now,
but
I
I have
have to
friends
say-
from college who have all sort of like
Done their
do
own
different
thing.
things.
Yes.
And then
But when you said actor friends, you kind of said it outside of your
Actor.
mouth. Like
well, you
it was-
know actor people.
I mean, I do.
There's a
And
bunch
we
of
know a lot of the same
Well,
actor
actor
people.
carnies, you know what I mean?
They are kind of
and
carnies.
and it's
yes.
really fun to be in that energy
Yes.
and to do that, but then to introduce somebody who's not a part of it. Or worse, like I've had the experience where like you're doing a show, like come meet my cast of whatever, and all you're really talking about is like the dynamics within that show or
Yes.
that job. And
Yes.
then your other friends are like, but I don't want to hear about the backstage nonsense.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's so hilarious to us,
Yeah.
but not.
It's like,
and it's
I'm
yeah.
a podiatrist.
Yeah, and you're
Yeah.
like, that's not, it's only fun for a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's worth a shot.
Have you ever done it successfully?
I'm sure.
Now, the way you
sure
say
I
I'm
have.
sure does make that sound like that is far in the past.
No, I feel like I have. Yeah. I mean,
Well, this leads to a question that we
Yeah.
were going to save for later, but
Yeah,
it
but I
feels
think
like
it's
it's
a
coming
good
up
idea.
naturally
It's
now.
happening.
I don't consider myself a theater kid, but maybe
Okay.
a comedy kid, and I would say packs of comedians.
that's a whole different thing.
Not dissimilar, but a different
Not
vibe.
dissimilar, but I mean also as aggressive, I think, to an outsider in
Yes.
terms of a vibe.
Yes.
But my impression of theater slash
Yep.
Broadway friendships is that they are kind of inherently the deepest, brightest, burning friendships
Yeah.
that exist just because
Yeah.
of the nature of the people.
Yeah. Yep.
This sort of emotional porousness that
Yes.
comes with
Yeah.
that.
A lot
The
of
intimacy.
damage.
Oh.
Sorry.
Oh,
Yes.
damn it.
Yes.
No.
Would you like, so do you feel, is that true?
I think that's true. I think that's
Yeah.
accurate. And especially if you're doing like, especially in theater, you're doing 8 shows a week with these people. You're
Yeah.
spending most of your time
Yeah.
with these people. Yeah, you get to know
various
them.
states of dress and undress.
Yes, in a very specific and intense way. Now, the real trick to that is, do those friendships last after closing night?
Oh,
I
do
mean,
they?
and I
that's
would
the
say
follow-up.
90%.
Really?
Really?
Yeah. And not in a bad way. Like I'll see people that I did, a show with 10 years ago, and you run into each other and it feels very hot and it feels very alive and very, you're still very connected. And then it'll be another 2 years before you see them again.
And
then
does
you
that
run
ever
into
feel
them.
disappointing, or
Yeah,
does it feel
sometimes.
expected at this point?
I think when I was younger, it definitely felt disappointing. And then I started to clock, like the more shows that I did and the more jobs that I had, I was like, oh, I'm guilty of that too. That,
Right.
Like, you move on and you sort of get tunnel vision a
Yeah.
little bit about
Yeah.
how I'm spending my time and who am I spending my time with. And especially doing something like if you're doing a Broadway show that's 8 shows a week and you're outside time is very limited,
Yeah.
then who you spend time with outside of that becomes, you have to be very selective and sort of protective of that, right?
Yes.
You want to make
Curatorial.
sure that you can maintain those friendships that came before.
Yes.
And not just like throw people over for like, my new friend. Like
Yeah.
that's a bad look.
Yes.
And I've certainly done that in the past where like you become
tell.
so, well, like when I was doing falsettos, that group, first of all, it was a very small cast, which is sort of rare for a musical. And the nature of the show, it was a very sort of serious musical as musicals
Beautiful
go.
musical.
It's a really beautiful musical.
And R.I.P. Bill Finn.
I know.
God love you.
I know.
Yeah.
And that was a really intense experience. And as a result, I think I sort of let some of my older friendships kind of slide. But it was only a 20-week run.
Did the
You know what I
old
mean? Like, shake it off.
Did the old
shake
friendships?
shake it out?
Wow.
Shake it out.
Shake it off and shake it out.
Did you rebound with those older
Yeah.
friendships?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Was there ever a like, can we have a come to Jesus about what happened about where you were when you were doing falsettos?
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah, I
Like,
had a
people
couple
were
friends
like-
be like, "Where did you go?" And I was like,
Wow.
"Well, I was doing that AIDS musical, and it was real intense."
And then after that, there's really nothing for
And then
them
I'm
to
like, "So
say.
brunch."
French toast?
Friends, anybody want to get together?
Bellinis?
Now, we have this thing in writers' rooms where, like, usually there's like one or two, or sometimes if you're really lucky, 3 or 4 friends that you meet in the room and then you take with you.
That's great.
Does that happen too?
Sure.
Okay, you do take people with you.
Yeah, I feel like, if you're lucky, you take like 1 or 2 people
Okay.
with you. Yeah. And
From
often,
each.
because of the nature of the bit, like you end up working with people again. And
Yeah.
and sometimes really unexpected. Like I remember the first time I worked with Casey Wilson, that we just did like a few
Heard of her.
a few days on
our
this movie.
queen.
Friend of the pod, but hasn't
Friend
been
of
on
the
the pod
pod.
yet.
Friend of the pod yet.
Yet.
But she and I did this we did like a week on this movie that I knew we were going to get cut out of. It's one of those things. It's like we were doing all of these things and I was like, we're not in this movie. Because it was like improv, Hunger Games of improv, where I was like, no one's making it in this movie. But we hit it off like in a way that I was like, oh, I bet that girl's sticking around. And then we did like 3 years of Black Monday and now we're going to do the Great American Baking Show
I
thing.
love that.
So
But
exciting.
she's one of those people that just like,
Yeah.
we just sort of naturally fell into a thing. And
Well,
then-
I think we can all agree Casey Wilson is a keeper.
She's
a keeper.
She's a keeper.
Both of you are keepers.
I mean,
Well, that's-
yes,
very
we're trying
nice.
to get you so that we can keep you.
get it.
Go,
I'm
get it.
God.
So I'm going to
I'm
be
God.
honest. We have both been like heat-seeking missiles for you a little bit.
Well, you've been very patient because I've been in New York a lot.
You've got
I
a
know.
lot going
So
You
this
on.
have
was-
you're a very
Thank you for
busy,
being flexible.
talented man.
Well,
And as soon as we started this podcast, you were like on our dream list of people to
That's
be
very
on
nice.
It's the truth, honey.
Because
Sorry,
Hey,
it's not something we say
honey.
all
Hey,
the
baby.
time.
And we both have mutual friends with you, and we've both commingled with
Yes,
you
we have.
quite a bit.
Yes.
Parties, things, events,
weddings.
weddings,
Weddings.
and you are somebody for both of us, if I may speak for you,
I would please.
that we feel really strongly that we could actually quite literally be friends with.
I feel the same way.
I mean,
I do feel the same way.
Liz,
I'm very different.
this is weird.
It's a vulnerable
what you're
time.
Doing.
I'm
I'm
Don't
sorry, it's
start
vulnerable.
To cry.
No.
I
I'm
was
sorry.
on the
I
hook.
just felt like that. Okay.
fucking
I feel the
Weird.
same way. I feel it's hard to like reach out to people
Yes.
as an adult, and I find particularly in Los Angeles.
Yes, it's very hard.
That's
and I
the
don't
whole
know
con of the
why.
pod.
Yeah.
That's why we started this podcast,
Well,
so
it's
that we
really
could publicly say to
because,
people we
like,
want to be your friend.
For me to say, like, can I get your number?
Yes.
All right, great. We'll do that off
Hey,
camera.
hey, publicist, make sure.
I like everyone looks nervously to the publicist. She's like, no,
No.
no.
The phone is full.
She's like, it can go through me.
The phone is full. No, I feel because Jessi and I, we've sort of bounced around each other a
We've
little more.
Bounced
I feel
around.
Like.
Well, we
Yeah.
Well, you've been on the same shows.
we were
and-
on
Yes.
the same show called Big Mouth,
Heard of it.
where
Big
we
Mouth.
did play Friends.
You
Yeah.
did.
And
Had
we used
some-
to get to record
and we
more
used to get
often.
to record more often together. I was going to bring up one specific memory I have of you that I'm going to say cherish because it was a Andrew's
I'm
so
intrigued.
well.
Now Andrew starts crying.
Right? I might.
No, because it's like a certain kind of like I feel like I have a few people in my life like this where I adore you. We see each other here and there. We work together a little bit, but like we're not on the phone every night.
Yeah.
Like we don't know each other that well, but like here and there we have like a moment in a social setting where you like sort of peel off and have like a very
real conversation,
real heart to heart. And I am thinking of the time we were outside of Christy's birthday party.
No.
And I feel we were both, I don't want to overstate and say going through a thing.
Well, I think we were going through a thing.
You're like, we were
I was definitely
shooting
going
up.
through a thing. And I think that we were going through similar things in some ways.
We were going through similar things in some ways.
And I just like vomited too much information, as one often does.
Let me
at
tell
a
you, who
birthday
loves
party.
to receive
I
a personal
love
vomit.
it.
She loves it.
Well, but you were very helpful in that I was like, I don't
I
know
was.
who to talk to about some of this. And I just like...
How about this
made you
middle-aged Jewish woman?
I made you
outside
just
the
like
party?
stand next to me at a party and like,
but
shared way too much information.
You
But
didn't
I think about
share
that
too
too.
much. Just because I really think those moments, I don't know, it's like just to feel like, again, there's a connection with a person who you know that you like, and that it can look different ways, and that you can, there's something nice about the unexpected quality of it too, where you're just like, there's a fellow traveler.
Yeah.
Is that the right phrase?
Yeah,
I mean,
I
communist.
think so.
I think that usually means gay, but
you are.
Yeah. Oh, I'm gay.
I'm there anyway.
She's half alive.
I'm look. What are we doing? No, so I do think of that moment, and I remember walking away from that, and you were helpful to me as well.
Well,
and just being like, I gotta bring him a little closer in.
But those are like really special moments that I think a lot of people can relate to. I know I definitely can, where you're at a party or you're at like a, sort of more public, many peopled event, and you have that moment where you drop in with somebody.
You drop in.
And you're like, you're in a specific time of your life. Maybe you're going through something, and you do sort of weirdly feel that you can open up to this person. Like there should be a name for that kind of friend, which is
a German word.
A German word.
There should be a German
word for that kind of friend who's not necessarily somebody you're going to call if you have that same issue, but if you see them in person, there's something about the intimacy that you can just sort of drop in with that person. And I think those are beautiful friendships too, but they're just a less talked about kind of friendship.
It's a less talked, again, a German word.
Well, and I feel like in our situation, and also in our situation, that we see each other at these like sort of big events where I personally get very overwhelmed.
Same.
And used to just like drink through it to like sort of make myself comfortable.
Now what
I
do you
don't
do?
that as
you
much.
don't do that.
But it is important to like look around and be like, who is a touchstone here?
Safe place.
Who's a safe
place?
touchstone?
And it is sometimes in those parties where you're like, I don't know anyone.
Yeah.
This is scary. So now I cling to you. At our Big Mouth premiere, I was like,
we're
had going
in.
in.
We had a moment at the Big Mouth premiere where we, without saying too much, I feel like life rafted each other.
Yes, very much
in a moment that could have felt a little intimidating.
And untethering.
And intimidating, untethering, disintegrating almost.
Yeah, basically.
And
basically.
I feel like
we tag teamed it.
We tag teamed it, and we made light eye contact that was just enough to say, I'm not going to leave you.
I'm here.
I'm here and I'm not leaving you.
But
and
that,
we didn't.
to your
love that.
point, yes,
Yeah.
that is a specific.
It is a specific thing. And I think especially in our business in LA, to be able to have those friends that are safe places that are not necessarily like the people you're going to go get coffee with or have over for dinner. We were talking about with Alice and Bree that like you want somebody that you can mutually glom with.
A mutual glom.
Yes.
Where you're not nervous about like, oh, is this person waiting for me to have to go to the bathroom so they can like finally break away, but you both know you're safe to glom.
You are always safe to glom with me.
Well,
always a safe glom.
You're a safe glom.
Thank you.
Safe
and
glom.
my boyfriend Tuck wanted me to tell you both hello because he feels the same.
I feel the same about Tuck.
Can I just take a moment to talk about Tuck?
Sure. He would love that.
Is he? Were you going to say he's a perfect man?
Pretty much.
I mean, honestly.
He's quite a specimen.
He really is.
A specimen.
Yeah.
I mean,
you're not too bad yourself.
Well, but not. Sometimes I'm like, well, congrats to me.
But
I don't know what I
I'm
did.
talking about the obvious, very appealing outside. But I would say he also, it makes me very happy that you were together.
Yep.
Well,
I think
thank you.
you are a very nice pairing.
You are.
Thank
You are.
He's kind of a
just a
bit of
lovely-
a throwback gay.
Yes, he is a bit of a
because
throwback
there
gay.
is a
Tell me more.
There is a masculinity to
Yes.
him.
Very
it
much
feels
so.
very not even like, he's not that much older than I am, but it feels like almost like a 1950s
Yes.
style.
Yes.
Yeah.
The way
Yes.
he sort of like handles himself. that
Yeah.
I mean, his
find-
name is Tuck.
Tuck
His
Watkins.
name is Tuck Watkins.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is a real name.
He like could have been, a Rock Hudson, a Cary Grant, one of
Totally.
those
Yes.
like.
And it feels a little like that.
And if you're not familiar with Tuck Watkins and you're listening at home,
Google it.
Google it. Do
Google
yourself a
image,
favor.
but like NSFW, like close the door. No, not the picture. I'm just saying he's
You can do
very
that.
I mean,
You just put
handsome.
it
I
naked.
do want to say that I think that Jessi just told our audience, friends at home, that they should close the door. And
I'm
Google
just saying
pictures
they're
of
not
Tuck.
prepared.
Well, there will be
probably.
Flick
some photos
Sabine,
of
as
the
Phoebe
two of us
Robinson
from
would
Black
say.
Monday. We had
oh, is Tuck on Black
he was
Monday?
on Black Monday, and
Oh,
we
is that
had-
how you met him?
No, we met doing Boys in the Band.
Oh,
So we worked together on
yes.
Broadway, and we did that, and then we did the movie a year later, and then that rolled right into Black Monday. But we had multiple sex scenes, which I had done some sex scenes before, but only with like actors.
but at home.
At home.
but at home
my
with
control.
non-actors.
But to do it with like your boyfriend in front of a crew of people
Yeah.
was wild. Was
I bet.
really weird. Yeah.
I bet.
Yeah.
Intimacy coordinator?
No intimacy coordinator.
No,
You're like,
you
I
were
asked her to leave.
Have I ever worked? No. Yeah, I know. I've never really worked
They're
with an
pretty
intimacy
new. They're
coordinator.
pretty new.
And usually, for whatever reason, I don't know what this says about me. When we get to those scenes, people are like, "You're good, right? You're gonna be fine, right?
You're nothing you haven't seen,
Yeah.
right?
You're fine.
You,
You can
raccoon,
get good."
Yeah, I
you're
mean-
good.
I was like,
You could be
okay.
the intimacy
You could tip
coordinator.
over a
Let's be
dumpster.
honest.
Basically, I was
I
like,
mean-
all right.
That's. I don't love that.
Yeah, I don't love that either. It's not
Maybe
great.
it's my age. I don't
No,
know. that
honey.
They're like,
shouldn't
you
be any of
don't.
that. No,
No.
I don't know.
no.
Maybe
But
I should have
also-
one.
Anybody should have an intimacy. Yeah, the choice.
But I'm usually just down to clown, so it's like,
Well-
whatevs. Let's do it.
Andrew
like-
Rannells, DTC.
Just like the way people at the bottom of the headshot used to have like special
skills, down to clown.
rollerblading, down to clown.
Yeah, I would put that.
Accents.
I would put that on my valid driver's license, U.S. passport.
To clown.
Conversational in Spanish.
Conversational
I wish.
Spanish.
Down to
Swimming.
clown.
Swimming.
I didn't
What's
have-
the other one? It's like stage combat.
Stage
Oh,
combat.
yeah,
is a big
stage
one.
combat.
You're always just.
And then at the
supposed to put that
bottom,
down,
Yep.
down to clown.
Yeah, I would say that's a special skill of mine. It's usually just down to clown.
Apparently.
Yeah,
Wait, okay.
I'm good.
Can we
Wait,
talk
wait.
about what?
I think we should talk about his movie.
Oh, sure.
The
Speaking
movie-
of down to clown.
Speaking of down to
Speaking of
clown,
down
and
to
speaking
clown.
of
Intimacy coordinator.
intimacy.
Intimacy.
Well,
Yeah.
no, I mean there's kissing. There's a lot
some
of smooching.
kissing. We did not have an intimacy coordinator because we had been friends for so
That's
long.
right.
And I feel like
Full trust.
we play a couple who is 10 years into their relationship, who's attempting to adopt a child and have been scammed once. This is based on Brian Crano and David Craig's like real story.
Yeah,
of
yeah.
getting scammed by in an
Yeah.
adoption process.
Heartbreaking.
Which was really heartbreaking, and so they used that as sort of a jumping off point for this film, and we end up going on this sort of vacation to Italy to kind of try to reconnect. And while we're there, we find out we actually did match with a birth mother, and we are going to be parents. And then, as sometimes happens on vacations,
Yeah.
we accidentally kill someone. And then we
Can't count
kind of
the
have to
number of
kill a
times.
couple more people just to
Yeah.
cover it up.
Yeah.
We've all been there.
Who
Who
among
us hasn't
But
had
with
to kill
doing it
and
with
then kill
Nick
more?
was, that
really
was-
fun. I mean,
was really fun.
so you guys are friends in real life, and then
Yeah.
you're playing this couple, and you're in Italy
Yep.
shooting this movie. So you're
Yep.
kind of also, as friends in real life, kind of on vacation together, but also
Yeah.
working together.
a working vacation.
But in a beautiful place.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Did you come away from that learning anything about Nick that you didn't know before going on a work vacation with him?
Just to say, in a world where sometimes you go on a vacation with a friend.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
In the same way, there's the
Yeah.
trope of a couple going on vacation and breaking
Falling
up,
apart.
Yes.
breaking up
Yeah.
while
Yes.
on the vacation. And I think I've done that.
Oh, sure.
But then that
done it.
also can happen to friends where you're like, let's go do the thing.
Yeah.
And then in the middle, you're like, fuck.
Fuck this.
This is
And
not a
I know
vacation
people
friend.
who that friendship did end.
Yeah, oh, sure. No, it was mostly a working trip, but we did have some time, like on the weekends and stuff, to do things together. And I think that we travel very well together. And the nice thing about him, it felt very comfortable immediately in that sometimes we did a lot of night shoots. It was like a month
Yes,
of night
there
shoots,
is a lot of
which
nights.
is really tricky, like a 5 p.m. to a 5 a.m.
Yeah.
situation.
So
And it
tough.
was, we're like in the middle of nowhere outside of Rome, and it was surprisingly cold. And we're just like outside with no trailers, and we're like, so you bond pretty
Yeah.
quickly.
Yeah.
But we had a good sense of each other of like when the other one was kind of hitting their limit.
Yeah.
So we never, there weren't any like major meltdowns, but there were never meltdowns.
Like,
at
I
the
only
same
fired
time.
7 or 8 PAs. And honestly, they weren't doing a great job.
Well, you're not going to meet anyone in wardrobe who says I'm a real sweetheart. That's what
Okay,
I'm
wait,
gonna say.
will you say a little more?
I thought the wardrobe was quite good
It was
on
great,
the show.
but it was like
Yes.
one
On the show, in the movie,
It was
sorry.
like it's like basically one costume for the whole.
Yeah, you
film,
are wearing
right?
sort of one thing, yeah.
So and whatever, like you get sensitive, and I get sensitive and vain, and all of those things, and yeah. But Nick
How
was
vain do you
very
get?
good. Oh, I can get real vain.
I
I'll tell
mean-
you a Casey Wilson story that she witnessed that also really bonded our friendship.
Okay.
We were filming a scene in Black Monday. And it was, it was pretty fast and furious, that show. We did a lot,
Yes,
as you know.
yes.
It was like 5-day shoots
Yeah.
for the episode. It moved pretty
that's-
quickly.
yeah.
It was pretty fast.
Yeah.
And we were doing a scene where I was supposed to be working out in front of a mirror, like with weights, like with free weights. And I was in my underwear. It was supposed to be sort of like an American Psycho-y type of thing.
Sure.
And out of nowhere, this poor wardrobe gal came up with like a little, without saying anything to me, with like a squirt bottle of water and started spraying the back of my underwear. So it was wet.
What?
And I said, what are you doing? And she said, I thought you would want to be sweaty. And I said, there is a person in these underwear. And Casey was standing there, and she was like, what is happening right now? There is a person
There
in
is
these
a
underwear. And she was like,
person.
sorry. I was like, well, now they're just saggy. Now I'm just wearing wet underwear. It was, yeah. But
You
Casey
know-
was a good friend to me. She really
She was like, there
breath,
is a person in
take
those
a breath,
underwear.
but he does need a dry pair of underwear. But she stuck with me.
I think, we all have our limits.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wet underwear apparently is mine.
Show,
Well, maybe just ask the person if they
Ask.
want their
True.
underwear
And
to be
ask.
sprayed
True.
before you spray them.
Yes, but Nick very similarly, I think, was able to sort of, and I was able to be like, I think he loves candy, which I didn't know.
he does love
I love that about
candy.
Nick.
He
Love
does
that.
So
love
like,
candy.
if I felt like perhaps he needed a sweet treat, I would go get him some.
That's
Wow,
really
like a
sweet.
toddler.
Yeah,
Yeah.
basically.
I
I'd be
mean,
like, do you want some gummies?
Yeah.
And then he was like, yeah.
It could turn it right
Yeah.
around.
And he did the same. He would make fun of me because, the craft service in Rome was a little different than what we have here. And it was a lot of like charcuterie. It was a lot of like meats and
That's where they
cheeses,
shine.
which is great.
That's where they shine.
And Nick would just bring me like a cup full of meat. I'd be like, do you want some meat?
You
I'd
want
be
some?
like, "Yes,
Yeah.
I do want meat.
Andy wants.
This is a
Andy
very sweet
wants
friendship.
meat.
It was a sweet friendship. And it really, we didn't work together all that much together on Big Mouth, even though like in the first few seasons we did record a lot
Yeah.
of episodes together.
Yeah.
But then that kind of, changed over the years that we were all kind of remote. But he's another one of those people that like anytime I see him, I'm like, there's
Yep.
my guy.
There's my
and now
guy.
we've really sort of locked that in.
I would imagine after
Yeah.
after shooting in the middle of nowhere outside of Rome in the
Yeah.
cold. Yeah, that'll do that.
That'll do it.
Yeah, and by the way, the movie's awesome.
Oh,
It's,
thank you.
It's so good.
Thank you.
It's adorable. It's sweet. It made me tear up. I felt things.
That's very nice.
I
to
wasn't
hear.
expecting. I thought it was going to
It
be
is
like a fun
unexpected.
romp, but
Yeah.
I
What
did
is this,
really
like,
feel
I'm
things.
used to never feeling anything.
Yeah,
I'm dead
no, you
inside.
broke
I
through
don't
the Prozac.
react to art usually
Yeah.
in any way.
No, nothing.
I'm
nothing
surprised
penetrates.
to hear you to say.
Yeah, it reminded me that I was a human being who's alive in the world.
What's your pill wall made of again?
Prozac?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
your pill wall.
What's your
Yeah,
pill
no,
wall?
my pill wall is
We
Prozac.
cracked that wall.
You cracked it.
You cracked
and I
it.
got
Very nice.
emotional.
Cracked the
And I
pill
thought
wall.
like, you guys were very believable and sweet and root forable as a couple. And
Thank you.
I was like, Nick should be playing gay all the time.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, that means a lot to me because I think it was a tricky, it was a tricky task to be like, we're going to hopefully get the audience on board.
Oh, yeah.
So by the time we start killing people, they're still kind of rooting for us.
Yeah, no, totally.
And I would say, for the most part, that has been the reaction.
Oh, yeah,
That,
no,
like,
totally.
There's a strange sort of flip that happens that they're like, yes, they're murdering people. And, but we do want them to get home to their baby.
Yeah, no,
which
I
says a
really
lot
need them.
about
But I also
human
think
nature.
there's not really two more winning, likable humans walking this
Well,
earth
that's very
Yes.
nice.
than an Andrew Rannells and a Nick Kroll, just to say.
Nick
Just to
Kroll.
say.
Just
well,
to
thank you.
say.
Yeah.
So if you're going to cast some murderers, maybe this will be a new start for Nick and I.
Just to
I-
constantly play murderers?
Yeah.
Yeah, just
Well,
sort of
you're,
like
you're talking to the right people.
You need a killer.
a Bonnie and Clyde
Take a
sort of
veil.
vibe for you
Take
guys.
a veil.
Just take a
He's gay for pay, so
And you're paid for gay.
I'm pay for gay.
Pay
and
for
I'll pay for
gay.
the gay.
who I
Yep,
mean who
same,
among
same.
us. Can we also talk about your books?
Sure, yes. Well, that was another real solid that you did me.
Oh.
That
Please.
Jessi not only read those books, but also blurbed the books, which was it's a big ask.
It's not a big ask for a big talent like yourself.
I know. And also,
Wow.
can we slow down and just recognize that you've authored two books?
I've written two
You've
books.
written two.
You start on Broadway, you start on the silver screen, you start on the small screen, and you've written two books.
I
Is a
tried to
book-
multitask.
Is a book a part of an EGOT? No,
It
nothing
better
for
be.
it? No,
No,
come up
a
with-
PGOT, a Pulitzer.
Oh God,
It's not holding up.
Okay.
we can figure it out.
Your two books, Too Much Is Not Enough and Uncle of the Year.
Yes,
Love them both so much.
thank you very much.
One of the things I loved of the many about the first one, where you kind of tell the story of coming up through the world of regional theater
Regional
acting,
theater, sure.
is how lovingly you talk about your best friend,
Susanna.
Zuzana. And I was
Zuzana.
waiting for you to say
I'll
it
say it.
because I didn't want to fuck it up.
No,
Zuzana.
And it is with a Z.
Susanna, but Zuzana,
But Zuzana. With Z's. She's Polish.
who you are still
Yeah, very close with.
very close
Yeah.
with.
Very
But
sweet.
the way you write about the bond that you guys have, especially at that tender time
Yeah.
in life when you are like, what the fuck are we doing? We
Yeah.
have no money. We have these crazy dreams. And like talking about going to Marie's Crisis all the time. I don't know. Can you just, it felt like I really love that book so much. And I just, the way you wrote about her with like such love and intimacy really
Wow.
broke through my pill wall, which is made of,
Thank you. What do you
What's
got?
mine?
Celexa.
yes, Alexa.
You're
welcome.
Thank you.
That's friendship.
Like, what
That's
is it?
friendship.
You
What's
know the
my pill
script.
again?
Celexa.
Yes.
You're due for a refill.
I actually am. I actually am. 40 milligrams. I have to break the last one in half. But yeah, do you want to talk about
About Susanna? Yes.
yeah.
We met in high school. We had both auditioned for this program. It's called Young Arts now, that is a college scholarship program for kids in the arts or who would like to be in the arts.
Sure.
And at that time, you sent in a VHS.
Yes.
Sure. You record. You found someone with a camcorder, which was hard to find.
Yeah.
Hard to find.
Hard to find.
Talk about
But I found someone.
Gay for pay.
Right?
Yes.
I found them. You make your little audition, you send it in, and then they took 10 kids over through the United States to go to Miami for a week.
Wow.
And so we went to Miami and we took classes and, shake it off. And we did shake it out. We did all of those things and then auditioned for college scholarship money. And she was somebody, there were a lot of kids from the coasts. There were a lot of kids from New York. There were a lot of kids from California. There were not a lot of people from the middle of the country. And
Which is where you are from.
where I'm from. I'm from Nebraska. She was from Indiana.
Omaha.
I'm from Omaha. She was from Fort Wayne. And we just kind of like spotted each other and we're like, these fucking kids don't know how lucky they are.
Yeah.
Like coming from LaGuardia at like a performing arts
Oh,
high
wow.
school. And we were like, I don't even have a drama program.
Yeah.
Like we really sort of bonded over that. And then we moved to New York at the same time. She went to Barnard, which was very fancy.
Heard of it.
Because she's very smart. And I went to Marymount. Manhattan,
Heard of
which
it.
I think
Also
is-
heard of it.
Which I think is not a school anymore.
Oh,
I think
okay.
It's been. I think
I like
it's-
that you lowered your voice.
Well, because I'm not positive. Fact check.
Okay, fact
but I
check?
think it has been. Maybe it doesn't matter.
Okay.
I was
It
not
matters.
at a fancy school
Okay.
necessarily, and she was at Barnard. But we again, like the first time we wanted to hang out in New York, we didn't have cell phones. So we talked on the phone, and I said, "Okay, she was in New York. I was in New York. Where can we meet? We'll meet at this place called Union Square."
Yeah.
And she said, "There's like the subway entrances. Sort of, they look like pagodas.
They look like pagodas.
So she was like, "Meet me there."
Yeah.
So turns out there's 2 pagodas.
But yeah, there are multiple.
They're on the
That's-
other
that's right.
opposite sides of the park. So I was at one, she was at the other one, and there again, no cell phones.
Yeah, and now you're basically in before sunrise.
Yeah.
Where you're
So
like,
we were just
how will we
like,
find each other?
walking around, missing each other, and we finally like found each other like an hour later, and we're like, oh my God, like just 2 kids like didn't know what they were doing.
But
At
I
all.
mean,
And then that began like many years and many nights of like stumbling around the West Village together and trying to figure out or the East Village, or we'd just pick different neighborhoods to try to like, what is New York and how do we fit in here and how do
what
we
is
do
New
this?
York?
Like, where do we fit?
How
in
can
this
we
city?
keep that pagoda mix up from happening
Yes.
again next
We need to-
time?
well, then I got a service. So that was
Yeah,
really
services.
service.
You had a
Before.
pager?
I didn't have a
Pager?
pager.
Oh, you
I
had
know.
to call
I had
into
to
a
call
service.
in, which is a real.
I mean, this is
'Cause
dating
we're going
you.
back.
Yeah, we're going back.
Oh, a
Um,
service was
a service is like
just
where like
the number you
Just
call
the
to see
number.
if any. There's no
it's
alert
basically like
system.
a floating
No.
voicemail.
It's just a hopeful attempt.
It's a hope. So you would call, and if it,
Well, you would send your little pictures out with your
with my service
with
number.
your service number,
and then it was basically just voicemail.
yeah,
Yeah. So I would call and like check it. And be
Check
like,
the service.
Did Broadway call?
and had they hadn't
Hollywood.
called.
Nothing.
No.
Not a single call?
Occasionally something would happen, but for the most part, it was just her calling.
Service.
I had my service number. Yeah, so that sort of put us on a path
collision course.
just to being like very
Besties.
good friends. And then, like the life shit started to happen. My dad died. Her mom got sick. Then then I got a job on Broadway. Then she got into grad school at Harvard. Like there was like
Wow.
a lot of things that started to happen that then like really solidified that friendship. And she's one of those people that like when she went to grad school for 2 years, like that was the idea of her like moving to Cambridge was really terrifying. for
Yeah,
me.
of
So I did
course.
the natural thing that anyone would do. I started dating a classmate of hers.
Great. Yes. Yes.
So I had 2 reasons then to be in Cambridge.
Perfect.
And I remember the day that like I came up there and I was driving his car around Cambridge and she saw me and she was like, what is happening? I was like, just hanging out in Cambridge.
I was just planning on being in Cambridge.
I was
for-
already thinking about being here.
yeah,
so
just driving through
so
Cambridge.
I followed her.
That's
to
really
Cambridge.
sweet because you didn't want to be apart from her.
No, I wanted to be a part of whatever she was doing.
Oh,
And sometimes
this.
mixing her into Broadway casts. Like, I tried initially, like my first Broadway show was Hairspray. And I was like, Susanna, come meet us for whatever. And it lasted for a while. And
She
then
would commingle?
She would come. And then at a certain point, she was like, I don't want to hang out with those people. I'm not hanging
Theater
out with
people.
those
Which I
people.
respect.
She was like,
I-
these musical theater people are, because, theater people are one thing.
But musical theater
theater
people.
people.
Oh, yeah.
Woof,
Yeah.
that's a lot of bits.
That's
It's a lot of bits.
a lot of bits.
Now I should say I am sort of an honorary theater person. I
Sure.
did start in the theater
Sure.
in high school and all of that. And all my friends were theater kids, and we have a lot of theater friends in common.
Uh-huh.
And my sister is a theater person who had a show on Broadway, and so I have got a real soft spot for musical theater people, and I can't sing and I can't dance, but I love.
You can
musical
shake it out,
theater.
though.
I can shake it out like
You can
nobody's
shake
fucking
nobody's
business.
Lead a
business.
shake out.
So I have like a real. I'm like an honorary musical theater.
You know what
person.
I'm talking
I know
about.
exactly what you're talking about, and I'll jump in on a bit. And I don't give a
Sure.
shit.
You can bid it up.
I'll bid it up.
And you know
bid
what?
it
You'd
up.
join in at Marie's Crisis or Don't Tell Mamas. You would have gotten up. Would
I
you have done a
wouldn't-
song?
No, absolutely not. I cannot sing
that seems
to
like-
save my life. I can't carry a tune. My wife, however, is a musician
Yeah.
and has a beautiful voice. So I would
So-
maybe bring her.
So she could do it.
Yeah, but she wouldn't do it because she'd be way too shy and self-conscious in front of musical theater people, probably.
Well, we used to go to we had a really hard time finding like bars to go to because we were 19
Right.
and everyone was carding and whatever.
Yeah.
So one night after a particularly long tour of rejection of different bars, we heard, it was like magical. We were walking in the West Village and we heard like piano music and somebody singing and we were like, okay, let's give it a shot. So we walked into a place called Rose's Turn
Oh, sure.
and we went down the steps
Sure.
and we were like, we just sat down very quietly and like no one's saying anything, no one's noticing us. And then a waitress came over and she was like, what can we get you? And I was like, I guess we're doing this. So we ordered our drinks, we got our drinks, and then very quickly I was like, we need to lock this in.
Yeah.
So I got up and sang. And I sang Copacabana. And because I was like, this will be a crowd
And what
pleaser,
would that have
right?
sounded like?
At the Copa.
Yes.
So I did Copacabana, and that really like locked us in.
Locked in.
And then people started sending us drinks, which
Ah.
was great. So then we were totally in. And then I believe it
I'm
was
gonna
that
cry.
same.
This makes me
It was
so
that
happy.
same night that I did like another number.
And what would that have been?
It was "You Can't Take My Eyes Off of
And
You."
how would that have sounded?
You're just too good to be true.
Oh,
I sang it at Casey
Yes,
Wilson's
you did.
house.
Yes, you did.
yes.
you did.
Not that well, but I did sing it.
Yes, you did.
But then
How
I
dare
went
you.
to the bathroom and I'm in the bathroom and I'm like washing my hands and it's very quiet in the piano bar all of a sudden. So I opened the door to the bathroom. I'm like, what's going on out here? And Susanna was at the microphone doing a monologue. Because they were like, what about you, little lady? What do you do? And she was like,
Yeah.
oh, I don't sing. And they're like, do you do anything? And she was like, yeah, I got something. So she
Yeah, I
got up
got
and
something.
she did
What
a
was her
monologue.
monologue from?
It was from a Tony Kushner play called Bright Room Called Day.
Wow.
And she did a sort of comedic monologue.
That's-
It was like a little, now that we're older, the impact of the message of this monologue, I think probably really sent a lot of people home crying. Because it's about like choices not made and roads not taken.
Oh my God.
Just at the sad piano bar. But she did a monologue.
They
God
were like,
bless
we've
her.
sent you 30 drinks. Like, do something.
Yeah,
So you got to
that's-
do something. So she
that takes
did.
balls.
I know. She
Especially
did
at a place where
monologue.
they're more used to like Copacabana.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
Can't
but
take my eyes off of
She
you.
got up and she did a full monologue.
This
She's
woman
like,
is
this
a
is from
fucking
12th
hero.
night.
She
I'm
really
gonna
is a
do.
hero.
Okay, wow.
She is a
Yeah.
real icon and queen.
She
and
really
and
did.
you are still friends with her to this day.
Just talked to her today.
Oh,
in
you just
fact.
are.
Were you like, I'm about to go do this raggedy podcast?
I'm going to bring my
Susanna,
publicist
what am
up.
I
Make
doing?
sure
Well,
that they
we
don't-
are reaching like a new point in our friendship, which perhaps we can discuss. So her mother died 15 years ago. My father died in 2001. So
Sorry
we
to
sort
hear
of
that.
went through, oh, thank you. We went through that together. Now we both have parents. She has a father. I have a mother who are both not in the best of health and going through that process of like watching your parents get older. She's moving her father from North Carolina to New York City to be closer. I was just in Omaha with my mom last week, and everything is okay right now, but
Yeah.
like it's
It's a lot.
It's a time of life.
a little overwhelming to be like, we're doing this.
Yeah.
This is what we're doing, and trying to figure out how to be. I'm trying to figure out how to be helpful
Yeah.
in those ways, especially because her dad is going to be like in New York. So like, what is that going to look like?
Right.
It's going to be great.
It's going to be great.
It's going to be great.
You know what it's going to look
great.
like?
It's
Perfection.
going to be great.
It's going to be so
but you know,
good.
just like moving into this new
Yeah.
Phase
sort
of life.
territory. And she's been with me as like Tuck and I started dating, and then all of a sudden I have like children,
You have children.
Yeah.
12-year-old twins
12-year-old twins.
that just sort of appeared out of nowhere. I mean, they didn't, but in my life they
But
did.
in
Yeah,
your
yeah.
life,
And,
they
and
did.
They were
she was
probably
like,
born
and she's
and raised,
right
but
there. Yes, they
Yeah.
were not hatched from an egg. Although
No,
they
they
came
were.
from
No,
a
they actually
donor.
literally were. Okay.
Um,
How are babies
but
made, you guys?
Not sure.
she you know, when they come to New York, she's right there, like hanging out with them, and you know. So,
What are these? Can I just quickly ask?
Yeah, please.
As someone who, as of yesterday, has a 10-year-old.
oh boy,
10
10 is great.
10, I mean, I feel like I always sort of knew I would thrive on the upper spectrum of
Yep.
children.
Yeah. Yep.
That's what it's called, the upper
Yeah,
spectrum.
that's
Upper
what they call
spectrum.
it. That's right.
Yeah.
Knew I wasn't like a real baby gal.
Nope.
You were waiting for the double dig.
I was waiting for a double dig or at least an upper single.
Yeah.
Just like, let's talk it out, you know?
Yeah.
Let's talk it out.
Yeah.
Like, so that feels
Dad
like,
night.
Dad night. It all comes back to dad
if
night.
all Look,
We're going to circle back to dad night.
We'll circle back to dad night. I do believe that it was suggested at the end.
To do it again?
Mom night.
To do a mom night.
Yeah.
Oh.
Do you want to
So
be
you're
in?
in.
Do you want to be in for mom night?
Would I? Yeah, I'll be in for mom night.
Done.
Andrew just looked at the publicist. She's like, she's not.
She's like, you're not available.
She's like saying yes, and I'll take care of it later.
Yeah.
Just say yes.
Just say,
I would do mom night.
Just say yes in the
Okay.
moment.
I would have fucked up that dad night though too. That would have been fun.
We
When you
had
do it again.
fun at dad night.
Oh, it was
Sure.
fun. It was fun. I'm teasing you. Don't.
Okay. Well, I'm very sensitive.
I know you're very sensitive. I know you are. I know.
And just like, are we?
Oh my god.
I know you're very sensitive.
I am very
I know, and
sensitive.
and
Do you think I'm more sensitive than you?
yes.
Andrew, how sensitive are you?
Turns out not as sensitive as I thought.
Yeah. On a scale of 1 to Jessi, how sensitive are you?
I think I'd like a.
Should we say our numbers?
Yeah, I feel like you're maybe an 8.
You're like an 8. I would say I'm like a 5.
You're a 5.
And I'd say I'm like a 6, maybe 7.
5, 6 or 7.
Mm-hmm.
I'm 8.
Maybe 9.
I think you nailed it.
But this
I
is
think
what
you
I'm
nailed it.
learning with the kids, though,
Yeah.
is they now are like in, because I thought the same thing, that I was like, oh, when we can have conversations, this will be easier.
Better.
Right?
Yeah.
Like we can I can,
Talk it out.
but 12 is
That's a tough
there's like
age.
they're sort of able to reason, but like not really.
Yeah.
And I always default to this place of like, I talk to them like they're adults, and I have to remind myself that like they're not there yet.
Right.
So I can't speak to them like a colleague
Right.
and be like, you need to pull your shit together. That's not how I speak to
the way
all
you speak to
to
that
know.
colleagues.
Good to
wardrobe
know.
girl.
Yeah.
Stop
Basically.
spraying my
Yeah.
underwear.
Stop spraying my
There's a-
underwear.
There's a person in this underwear.
Oh no.
Yeah. So, but I have to remind myself like, oh, they're not quite there yet. So you can do a little of it, but you can't do all of
Boy,
it.
girl,
Yeah.
boy, girl, girl.
Boy, girl.
Boy, girl.
Hey, girl.
Yeah, I mean, 12 is a toughie.
Yeah.
That's a tough age.
Yeah.
Because of the hormones and whatnot.
He's like, I'm aware.
Yeah.
I'm aware.
You're aware.
Yeah.
How long have you been in their lives?
They were 6.
Oh.
So it was almost
yeah,
exactly
I mean,
6 years.
You're
Yeah.
you're the other guy.
I'm the other guy.
Amazing.
How do you feel? Like, do you feel like I'm doing a good job?
Sometimes. Yeah.
That's how I feel about
Sometimes.
being a mother.
I
Same.
feel like I sort of try to like meet them where I am.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes. And that is literally exactly
And
right.
I feel like
Yep.
a lot of my relationship with them is, and it's getting better, but a lot of it is about repair and about
so much about
catching
repair.
myself either in the moment
Mm-hmm.
or hopefully shortly after the moment of being like, that came out wrong. Or, you know, like trying to get back in there and being like, I think I was hungry and I feel like
Nick wasn't around.
what
to
I
give
would like.
candy.
Yeah, there was no meat stick
Meat
for
stick
me.
cup.
And you know, I hope, by example, like saying like, if you can call yourself out on some of those moments, like I also invite you to do the same. That if you feel like you wished you had handled something differently or would like to, and not just with me, but with whatever,
Sure.
like we can have that
I think
conversation.
invite is such a good word.
It is a good word.
Invite you.
I invite you to share your.
Yeah.
I don't force you.
No.
No.
And they're
I-
not, and it takes a while, right? That like you can't say like, well, what's wrong? And they're
Yeah.
not going to do it in real time.
Yeah, what's
Right.
wrong doesn't work very well.
So you kind of have to, I'm learning of like backing off and just like letting that happen when it happens.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, I definitely feel I can fast forward for you into your
Yeah,
future
please.
and then have them be like so psyched that you were basically their step parent.
Well, I hope so.
I think so. So Andrew,
Yes.
we always end each episode asking our guests about a great moment in friendship, about a ravioli moment, as we call it. And you know why we call it a ravioli moment.
'Cause
Sure.
you've
Because it's
listened
just
to some-
stuffed full of goodness.
Correct.
Pretty much, yes.
Just a moment where it's someone was a friend to you in a way that you love and treasure.
Yep.
And somebody who was there for you in a time where maybe you didn't even need to ask and they showed up.
Or,
Yeah.
but doesn't have to be that.
It doesn't, but I'm just prompting him
I mean, he knows the bit really well.
because
so.
he's an avid listener
Yeah.
of the,
Yeah, he's
of the
avid.
pod.
I will ravioli the shit out of this.
All
He
right.
has so many little squares of
Well, you know, bringing it back to Zuzana.
Yes, please.
Zuzana, I, have been lucky to get to go to the Tony Awards
Yes.
a handful of times.
Because you've been nominated.
Because I've been nominated.
Yeah, multiple times.
Two-time
Soon to
loser.
win.
And maybe one day. And she has, it's always stressful. And especially like the last time that I was nominated for Falsettos, like I was not in a relationship, had just gotten out of a relationship. It was it was very overwhelming. And so she came with me. And then she has come with me, I don't know, 5 times to the Tonys. And it's no small feat for a lady to get ready for such an event. It's a big ask.
It's a big ask.
It's a big ask to like, can you get a dress and can we get your hair and makeup and can you,
clean it up a little.
Essentially like, unfortunately get like sort of like shuffled around as like, I take pictures or I have to go and perform and you have to sit in a seat with a seat filler and like, the award show is 5 hours long.
Yeah.
And it's going to be very hot and there's no snacks. And you
have to pee in a diaper.
Basically. Yeah. And she will always do it with me. And she will always, and it's like, I know it's not always comfortable or enjoyable, but she also knows what it means to me to be there. And she's always game to like, okay, like she came with me last year when Gutenberg was nominated and it was one, again, I was like, I'm really sorry to ask you to do this. And she was like, it's fun. She was like, I like doing it. It's a long night, but like, of course I'll do this with you.
I mean, the Tonys are fun. It's
fun.
a great show.
And performances, it's great.
But just but like the effort in which she has to like sort of put forth to come and like make small talk with people. And like, I mean, look, we have some good times. We have some good stories that I'll tell you at Dad Night, but
Mom Night.
Or Mom Night.
Cool.
Dad Night Part 2.
See you on the floor.
See, get it. Here's the sharing stick.
There was no
sharing stick. There was no sharing stick.
Was it feather? Is that a feather?
No, but she's such a good sport.
Has always been such a great sport and has always been like right there with me. And that is just like a very public display of how far she will go in our friendship, which is very, very kind.
That's really
That is
nice.
really sweet.
She will always do it.
She will always do it.
And do you refer to her as like your best friend? Do you have a best friend?
Oh, that's very divisive.
Is
in
it?
our friend group.
Oh, it took us to the
because
end.
I do refer to her as my best
and
friend.
are people that triggers people?
Yes.
Who does it trigger?
A lot of people. A lot of people. And other groups of other people in our friend group will be like, who has a best friend beyond 10? Like, who says that? And now Susanna and I have doubled down.
Oh, yeah, you double down.
We've doubled down, and I'll say it on the pod. I'll say it on
She's your best
I'll be
friend.
like,
She's
my
your
best friend, Susanna Shatkovsky. I'll like say it all day long.
It's such a good name as
It's
well.
a great name.
People who refer to like their spouse or their, as like a best friend.
We've
I don't
talked
love
about
that.
this.
I don't love it.
I don't love it.
I don't love
either.
it.
We've
Sorry
talked
to
about
retread
this.
The worst offense, in my opinion, is if your mom or dad is your best friend.
Or your child.
If your child is your best friend,
that's-
you're a fucking loser.
You're a loser.
What are you talking to your child about? Probably too much.
Too much.
I
Yeah,
would think-
honestly.
I'm so with you on saying your mom is your best
Yeah,
friend.
same.
That's
same.
not great.
But also, we're all in this business, which means our moms are not our best friends.
No. And they tolerate us at best.
At best.
How do you
At
feel
best.
about people who say that their sibling is their best friend?
I don't love that either. I don't. I feel like that's a different situation.
Like, that's
I'm
just
very close with
family.
my siblings.
Same.
I'm very close with my sister Natalie. Like, that is a different type of friendship.
Yeah.
It's a whole other tier.
It's another
they're not
tier.
friends. They're
It's
your
blood.
siblings.
It's like a
Yeah.
whole
You didn't
different
choose
situation. No.
I mean, I love my sister too. My sister
Yeah.
Rebecca, and she's. I would say she's like,
up there.
She's up there, but it's something special to meet a person that you wouldn't, or you didn't even
Not
have
in your
to.
Yeah.
Family
Not
of origin.
in your family of origin.
Which whenever I say that, I feel like I'm a professional psychiatrist.
You
Yeah, it's
are
true.
Dr. Klein.
If they're not Dr. Klein. Yeah, I'm with you. I don't like
Yeah,
it.
I don't
and I don't
love
think
it.
I've ever thought about it really until now. So thank you for
Thank you
setting
so
that
Well,
much.
free.
sorry that I had to just use this as a platform to shame people.
That's
if
what
you
this
are
is.
if you are saying that about your
That-
child or your spouse.
I mean,
yeah.
this feels like I don't even need to ask, but there are also the people who refer to their dog as their best friend.
Those people are sad. Like literally sad. If your dog is your best friend,
There's like a knock on the door. They're like, hate mail's here.
you can send the hate
Bags and
mail.
bags.
Your dog's not talking back, which means you're just talking to your dog.
You're just
Yeah,
talking to your
that's right.
dog.
Unless your dog is unloading on you about his day or her day.
Then I think that you
I
are.
also think if your dog is unloading about their day, you're not treating your
You're
dog
not-
very
then
well.
you're not a great dog owner.
and you need more Celexa and or Prozac.
Look at your pill wall.
Get your pill wall.
Get that pill wall going.
Brick up that pill wall, yo.
Do you have, other than Susanna, who's your best friend, do you have any other designations? Like, this is my best friend, like, from the theater community. This is my best friend from the LA folks. This is because you have a lot of different groups of friends.
Yeah, I feel, but not specifically like
but you don't
titled.
label them.
No.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, but there are
That's-
certainly people who who kind of serve different, I maybe play a different role in their life, like when I'm in town or when it's, again, because it's kind of hard to maintain a lot of these, a lot of friendships, like traveling a lot and not seeing people.
Yeah.
And then when you introduce the kid thing, it's like,
Yeah.
that's also tricky. And so I do feel you about, like, if you find a parent that is a good person to like glom onto.
Absolutely.
Then you got to glom on.
Manchi
Then you glom
on
on.
if that
You
means
Manchi
anything.
It does.
To any
Manchi.
Put that thumb right.
I had them.
God
Yeah.
bless you for picking that up. I really was like, it's gone well enough. Why fucking Manchi now?
No,
But I
we're
was
gonna
like, I
Manchi
bet
it.
It's time to
Andrew
Manchi.
Got it.
Little Velcro hands.
Little Velcro hands.
I'm going to put my little Velcro hands around both of you.
Oh my God, I'm going to munch
or
right back
also-
at you.
I will refer to a Clippy Koala.
Oh,
Oh,
Clippy
sure.
Koala. That's a good
That's
one.
actually
Sure.
maybe even more the
That's
sort
right.
of bodily
Absolutely.
emotional reaction I have to like a good parent.
Clippy
Clip.
koala.
Hold on. Hold on to that parent.
That's
Yeah,
right.
Hold on.
It's true.
Well, Andrew, I look forward to the next time I can glom onto you
Yes,
at an
please.
event.
Mutual
But also,
fun.
I'm going to give you my phone number
I'm gonna
right
give you
after
mine.
this.
Same.
And I want you to feel free to use it
Thank you.
at any given moment.
I'm going to.
Okay, great.
Watch this. Watch this.
Watch what
Watch out.
happens
later.
alive.
Thank you so much for joining us. Do you have anything you want to mention to our listeners before we say goodbye? Where they can find you, what they can watch you in?
Promotions. So I Don't Understand You, starring myself and Nick Kroll,
So good.
is in theaters, and I will also be speaking of friends, although we did not speak of her, on Lena Dunham's new show on Netflix called Too Much on Netflix.
Can't wait for that
I'm
one.
so
July 10th.
excited.
Very excited for that.
this.
I pulled out that date.
Yes,
Yeah, you
did it. I
and
am
by the way,
thrilled for this.
we were saying like you, Lena Dunham, must be a huge fan and or a great friend because she loves to put you in her stuff.
She's very, very sweet.
So you heard Andrew. Go see I Don't Understand You.
Go see I Don't Understand You.
And then go watch his new show on Netflix from Lena Dunham starring Meg Stalter called
Too much.
Too Much.
coming out July 10th.
10th.
on
Thank you.
Netflix. Thank you so much for joining us, Andrew. And thanks for listening. Follow us on social media at Here to Make Friends Pod and let us know who you think we should make friends with next.
Ooh.
Email us at htmfpod@gmail.com and go out,
Make a new friend.
make a friend.
That was a Headgum podcast.